also have Major Shah joining me on the broadcast. Now, Major Shah, finally, the Chinese spy balloon has been shot down from the U.S. airbase. How do you view these developments straining the U.S.-China relationships? And now, we also know that this balloon is said to have been taking information from the U.S. satellites. So the officials are definitely looking for the debris to investigate further. Sir, how do you look at this full situation of Chinese trying to spy on US and entering the US airbase?
Very good question, Fida. You know, China has always believed in spying, and in fact, Sun Tzu, a Chinese author who wrote the book The Art of War, like we have our Chanakya, he wrote The Art of War. And in that, he has clearly mentioned, he dedicated a full chapter to the use of spies. Recently, we had Yongwon 5, in fact, which came to Hambantota port to Sri Lanka to spy. It was a spy vessel, but the Chinese kept claiming it's not a spy vessel. Similarly, the Chinese claim that this balloon accidentally glided away and went off to the US coast. Well, I don't understand how accidentally it slipped away and crossed over so many countries, so many continents, and ultimately it's there at the US, and US finally they discovered it. In fact, if you remember, we were talking on 28th of January, it was detected by the US. And since then, we have been tracking this news, and I was mentioning on your channel as well that, you know, this balloon can be shot down overseas in a coastal area. I understand the concern of the US personnel not shooting it down because there are people living down and the debris can harm the property or the human beings. So now when the balloon was overseas, they're taking the right opportunity. That time an F-22 jet fighter, which engaged in a high altitude balloon with one missile at an AIM-9X side winger, and it went down about 6 nautical miles of the US coast at 14:39 EST, that's 1939 GMT. So that is what the US did, in fact, and the defense official, they landed in the balloon landed in the 47 feet. That's about 14 meters of water, which was shallower than which was expected near Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. Now you can imagine how far the balloon went even after being detected. Now the military was trying to recover the debris and such things over 7 miles, that's 11 kilometers. There are 2 naval ships which are deployed to look for the debris around all over, which will include 1 heavy crane for recovery. Now they are in that area. Now the Pentagon definitely did not take it lying down. They were monitoring it very, very closely. The Chinese officials said that it was accidental, but I doubt it could have been accidental. If it would have been accidental, then I'm surprised how other countries, it would have obviously gone over other countries, other continents, right? How it was not detected when it went over other countries. Finally, ultimately, US detected it, and the Chinese kept on claiming that it's there to surveillance to monitor the weather condition and such things. It's a civilian vessel, which is not. First 1 balloon, then 2 balloons, a balloon which is on the size of 3 buses. So you can well imagine, and I'm glad that the US finally took this balloon down, and President Joe Biden was under tremendous pressure to bring down this balloon, and finally, ultimately, all's well that ends well, Fida.
All right, Major Shah, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. I would also like to thank Sanjeev Srivastav for joining on the broadcast and giving us his views and opinions on the same.